Good morning. One of the psalms set for today is Psalm 113, and Psalm 113 says this: Praise the Lord. Praise, O servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time on and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to its setting, the name of the Lord is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Who is like the Lord our God? Who is seated on high? Who looks far down on the heavens and the earth? He raises the poor from the dust, and lifts up the needy from the ash heap, to make them sit with princes and with the princes of his people. He gives the barren woman a home, making her the joyous mother of the children. Praise the Lord. I wonder, as you wake this morning, what are those things that you're thankful of? What are those things you might already be saying thank you to God for? I don't know if you were awake last night. I certainly was, so I saw lots of the lightning storm that passed over Bramhall. And whilst lightning is actually quite frightening, it was a spectacular display if you saw it. Just amazing. It led me to wonder, how does the whole thunderstorm and lightning thing work? And I might get time to give it a bit of a Google later on today, because it was just surreal and amazing. Once upon a time, I was in a classroom, I think it was, and we were challenged. If you had to make the world, what would you do? How would you make it? And we all kind of had these fantastic ideas about how we would remake the world and how we would make it a better place. And as we finished, the lecturer turned and said to us, "Did any of you plan for the world to have rain?" And of course we didn't. I suppose living near Manchester now, of course I wouldn't plan for the world to have rain, because it's always raining. But without rain, a lot of things would die. Rain is one of those things that our ecosystem needs, and that even we need to sustain. And so as you look around the world, the lightning, even just rain, you begin to notice how beautifully created our world is, how intricate it is, and how God thought of every small thing. He thought of those small things that maybe even we wouldn't think of. And even that is just reason to say, praise the Lord, because of the mighty ways in which he has made this world. The psalmist talks of God even having the power to give a barren woman a home, and making her a joyous mother to children. At the beginning of 1 Samuel, a book in the Old Testament, there's a lady called Hannah who is devoted to God. She's faithful in worship, but she's barren. She's not been able to have a child. And for Jewish families, it was important to be Jewish, and the notion of being a Jew, the identity of being a Jew, of being part of a Jewish family, was handed down through the mother. So for a woman not to have childbearing capacity, for a woman not to be able to give birth, was seen as a mark of shame upon a family. And there's this lady Hannah in the book of 1 Samuel who is barren, who can't give birth, and yet God performs a miracle and allows her to give birth. She gives birth to a son. His name is Samuel, and she gives Samuel back to the Lord to serve him because of God's great miracle. Sometimes we can see our own circumstances and the things around us and go, well, that's life, and put up with it. Sometimes our view of the world and our view of our own lives and what God can do with them becomes narrowed and becomes small, because we just live with our circumstances and we get used to it. And yet the psalmist tells us how great God is. From the rising of the sun to its setting, may the Lord's name be praised. He says, who is like the Lord our God? For the Lord our God can perform miracles and can change time and space and our world in ways which we could never imagine. So as the day begins, as the sun rises, as the birds are still making lots of noise with their dawn chorus, I just want to encourage you. Allow your vision of God to expand, and as it expands, expect the unexpected. Offer to God those limitations upon your life and ask him by his great goodness and by his just unimaginable creative power to step in and to perform those unexpected things. That for those things that you know about and for those things that you're not expecting, the Lord's name may be praised. Whatever you're doing today, stay safe and take care, and God bless.